What's up, gamers? Pretty cool, huh? Well, anyway, Trav back again with part 2 of my Let's Play series. I want to thank you guys for showing so much support in the first one yesterday. That's the first time I've done something like that, having a little Let's Play, and I was really nervous, you know, and I put a lot of thought into it all last night and today, just hoping that you guys were gonna enjoy something like that. I'm really glad that you guys did. So thank you everybody who enjoyed yesterday's video. And if you haven't, make sure you go back there and watch part 1 as we start building this piston bolt. Other than that, guys, let's get into it. So today we're going to be finishing this piston bolt network. And yesterday we left off kind of getting the wiring done over there and getting the tunnel in, and I showed you guys the little rail bender, and we got quite a bit done. And as you can see, I've been working a little bit offline to finish it, just about. I had to change our little starting area, because on PC they well, there's a couple things. So first of all, when these pistons don't create momentum pushing the minecart, so when it pushes it forward, it's just dead still like this. So it just relies on it to be non-stop pushed. So on PC, the dispenser starts a minecart here, and you turn around and you push the button, and you go. But I kept having the problem where clipping this edge, I would never get pushed out onto the rails. I would always end up backing up, and then I would just get stuck there. So I needed to kind of create a little bit of momentum to get it to work. So I just kind of went with something like this, where I would start on the rail and then get pushed onto that rail and just get a little bit of momentum. So that's what this is doing. So that's the kind of design we went with, and so far it's working pretty well. And so all the pistons are in place, all the wiring's done. It's all been carpeted. Oh yeah, that's gonna work great. Everything's been carpeted. The only thing that's not spawn proof are these blocks here. So if it ever becomes a problem, I can like replace them with slabs or something. But I don't know that it's gonna be a problem, because when we come through here, we're just gonna come burning down and we're gonna leave, you know. So we'll try it, and then if it's a problem, we'll change it up later. And at the end, what happens here is you get spit out onto this empty block from this piston. It pushes you off of this, and you just sit here. And then what happens is, on a little bit longer delay, so a 2-tick pulse to a piston back here, you get pushed forward onto this energized rail, and this is the transition. And that's going to spit you out here. When we're done wiring it, this end rod will actually be back there. Like that. And then you'll get ejected onto here, and then that'll push you forward, and then you'll start the whole circus again. So this detector rail is going to launch you forward, and then it's going to start both of these lines off on you know, a 1-tick delay, you know, from that one to this one. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of finish this thing up, and we're going to get the wiring done, and we're going to see if we can kind of go with this. It's the wiring I used over there, so I'm hoping if we kind of remember what we did, we'll figure it out. So first things first, I cleared off some room down here where we're going to be wiring this thing up, put a couple lights in there. And it's all going to work off that detector rail, so we need to bring the pulse down. And then we're going to have to wire the, what do I want here? We're going to have to wire, we need these, and we can put our carpets away for now. We're going to have to send the pulse to this piston and those two. So first, let's bring it up here to this, and we're gonna charge this by energizing this block. So I've kind of exposed underneath there what we need to do. So if we work backwards to energize that block, we're gonna need a torch there, okay? And then to energize that block and that torch, we're gonna need a torch here. And then to adjust that, we're going to need to send a pulse to this. So we're going to drop a repeater there. And we need enough delay that it holds that end rod out, and then it retracts it back. So we'll start with that. And then so that'll pull the pulse from the block, and then that's the dot from underneath. So we energize the dot, we pull the pulse out, and then we send it up the ladder all the way up top. Okay, so now that we've got that piston wired in, we need to wire in those two pistons up top that are going to start the piston bolt. And one's right there, so that's the block next to it. So looking from above, if we go up here so you can kind of see this, that is that block right there. So if we energize that block, it'll energize the piston. Same with that side, we'll do that block. So what we're going to need here is we're going to energize that block with an observer being lifted up with a sticky piston. So we need an observer here with its red butt facing up. So here's a nice way of doing this if you're limited on space to put these blocks in their right positions. You can start with a piston, a pushing piston to kind of get things into place, and then do that. And now we've got that in the correct spot, and what we need now, I did that quite a bit. Let's see if we can, I didn't think so. Let's try from over here. Come on, fumble fingers. There we go. Yeah, I did that a lot to get those things into those tight quarters. Okay, so that's going to raise that, and that's going to energize that block and work that piston. Perfect. So I think what we're going to have, to energize that, and also to burn the current back here to go up to that, we're going to need to pull another pulse out of this. Let's do a 2-tick for now. We'll have to mess with the timings a little bit here when we're all done. And we're going to have that charge a sticky piston and a redstone block. So that comes out and fires that. So what we'll do is we'll put another block on top of here, and then one there to bring the pulse back this way. And that's going to have a sideways repeater. And this is going to have a repeater on it like that. And that's going to be on 2 ticks to run this one. So this will be at the right height here. So that, and then an observer on top. I think we're going to want more delay there. So let's see. We come by on here. We hit the detector rail. That fires this. It brings the pulse. It energizes this block. We're going to pull the pulse out of that block here. And we're going to energize that to push us forward. And then we're going to pull the pulse out of the back with the same amount of delay, energizing both the energizing that piston, which will be 2 ticks, and then that's going to add 2, which is 4, and 2 and 2, and then that's adding 1. Okay, cool. Energizes that, energizes that. So this should work. So to test it, let's I kind of wanna, let's do this. Let's stand right here. Take one of these. I mean, that sounded good. It had the little echo. It sounded like one of them was off timing, like it needs to be. Let's test it. I want to test it in its entirety So let's go back here because I want to use the momentum we gain from that last piston. I just don't want to test it, you know, in any improper means. I don't want to add any more variables. So let's go back here. Oh, do we have a card on us? Yeah, let's bring our card back. Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's cool. No, look out, Pigman! That's so awesome. I love that thing. At the end here, we're going to have to, because this is where the portal was, and I'll probably put it back there. I just wanted to bring this extra length just in case. Because once it's put together, it's pretty much stuck. At the end, I don't know if I'm going to run another one of these back. I might just run a normal minecart. So what we'll have here is we'll have, like this come to a, it'll end with an activator rail to kick me off. And then, the minecart will be broken on cactus, land in a hopper, like next to this, and then it'll be ready to be dispensed for a straight track coming back. And then that'll full circle it all the way to the end. I think that's what we'll do. Something like that. See if we can make it all the way back here. Clean up our mess. Okay, awesome. It worked. See, I always wanted, like, I like testing these things, you know, in its entirety. If I would have tested right from here and something wouldn't have broke, that wouldn't have necessarily meant the whole assembly's broken. Maybe it's just the way I tested it. So let's cover up what we can. So we can't put one there. Are we looking in here? This is all lit up. And I don't have any of that Neverrack on me anyway. So this is all lit up. This is good. And then now we need carpet. Do I have carpet on me? Yeah. So we'll carpet all this. Prevent all the spawning. That can't go there. In front of that piston. We can go here though. Can't go there because that block's gonna move. Go there. And then all this, I'll fill this in. Once I'm done, I'm going to bring my equipment back. But I'll get all my equipment back, I'll fill all this in. But that's it, guys. That's the full deal. That thing's cool. So what we should do, let's figure out how long this side is. We'll just do a quick time. Okay, so right here, I'm at, let's just say 75. I know that one's about 175. This one's going to be about 75. Yeah, about 75-ish. So it's what, like 225, 240, somewhere in there, all together. So let's see about how fast we're going here. Let me get a little timer. Okay, stopwatch ready. 3, 2, once we hit the piston bolt. 3, 2, 1. $14 seconds. So 240 blocks. 17 blocks a second. Oh, that's awesome. I love it, guys. Well, anyway, I really hope you enjoyed putting this thing together. I think this is going to be fun to have. It's going to be a lot of fun to have. And now that we're getting ready to put that automated floor builder in, or the AFK floor builder into that perimeter, this is going to be nice because it's going to send us right to this portal so we can bring all the materials in that we need to start putting that thing together. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. That was a lot of fun to build. I've never built one before, so it's cool to get one under the belt. Enjoy the day, guys. Have a fantastic day. Get some sleep, okay? This is Trav. I'll catch you next time. Over and out.